This might be one of the biggest housing conversations happening in Florida right now. And y'all know I usually talk about houses, not politics. But if you own a home or you're hoping to buy one, someday, this is something you'll probably want to know about. There's a proposed change to Florida property taxes that could potentially save homeowners money every year, and it could even make buying a home a little more affordable for some first-time buyers. So let me explain it. Before we talk about the proposal, let's talk about why this even matters. When you buy a home, your monthly payment isn't just your mortgage, it's your mortgage plus homeowners insurance plus property taxes and sometimes HOA fees depending on where you live. Property taxes are one of the biggest ongoing costs of owning a home. Unlike your mortgage, which you gradually pay down over time, property taxes are something you'll continue paying for as long as you own your home. So if those taxes go down, that could mean more money staying in your pocket every year. Now, here's what's being proposed. Florida voters are expected to vote on a constitutional amendment in November that would increase Florida's homestead exemption. Now, here's the important part. Nothing has changed yet. For this amendment to become law, at least 60% of Florida voters would have to approve it. So, what exactly is a homestead exemption? Think of it like a discount. Instead of calculating certain property taxes on the full value of your home, Florida lets you protect or subtract a portion of your home's value before many of those taxes are calculated. Right now, that amount is $50,000. If this amendment passes, that protected amount could eventually increase to as much as $250,000 for many non-school property taxes. Now, you might be wondering, what on earth is a non school property tax? Your property tax bill isn't just one bill, it's actually made up of different pieces. One portion helps fund Florida's public schools, and the other portion helps pay for things like fire rescue, roads, parks, libraries, and many of the things that we use on a day-to-day basis. Now, this proposal mainly affects many of those non-school property taxes. It doesn't eliminate the school portion of your tax bill. Now, let's make it even more simple. Let's pretend your home's taxable value is $350,000. Today, many of those non-school property taxes are calculated on about $300,000 because the current homestead exemption is $50,000. Now, if voters approve the amendment and it's fully phased in, the exemption could increase to as much as $250,000 for many non-school property taxes. So instead of subtracting $50,000 home's value, you'll be subtracting up to $250,000. That means many of those non-school property taxes could be calculated on about $100,000 instead, and that's a huge difference. So, who actually benefits from this? Well, it depends. If you already own a home and it's your primary residence, you're the person this proposal is designed to help. If it's approved, many homeowners could pay less in certain property taxes each year, and that could mean more money in your pocket. Now, what if you don't own a home yet? This matters to you too. When you're buying a home, most people focus on one number. What's my monthly payment? Well, if property taxes are lower, your monthly housing payment could also be lower. Now, that doesn't mean that everybody suddenly qualifies for a home. That's not what I'm saying. But for some buyers, it can make homeownership a little more affordable or even help them qualify for a little more house than they otherwise could. Now, every proposal has its trade-offs, and supporters believe that this could make homeownership more affordable, and critics have raised questions about how local governments could replace that lost revenue if property taxes are reduced. And honestly, that's probably the next question everyone is thinking. Where does the money come from? I guess that's a conversation for another day. But here is my biggest takeaway. Nothing has changed yet. Florida voters will still have the final say, and the amendment must receive at least 60% approval before it becomes law. Whether you're already a homeowner or you're thinking about becoming one someday, I think this is one of the biggest conversations happening right now in Florida, and one that you should be a part of.